South Carolina proposed a ban on drugging and mutilating confused children who falsely believe that they are the wrong gender. Likewise, Georgia lawmaker Jenny Earhart is trying to make the transition a felony. Naturally, both are attacked by the LGBT lobby for marginalizing children that are already at a high risk for suicide, despite the fact that there are fewer suicides without transition. After all, we cannot expect liberals to use facts. These children are not even considered mature enough to vote or buy cigarettes, but they are mature enough to permanently alter their body. Starting in Britain, the Detransition Advocacy Network has been set up to help people return to their birth sex. The founder, Charlie Evans, speaks of 19 and 20-somethings that have seen years under their transition as not having aided their dysphoria in the least. This is not about healthcare. This is all about denying the design of God and saying that man knows better. Black Friday gun sales were the second highest in recorded history, according to the FBI background checks. This shows that people are scared, and I think it is safe to say that almost none of these are by criminals. Because criminals do not follow laws! These people will be able to defend their property and loved ones, no matter the threat. Meanwhile, New York City is among the places that have chosen that people do not have a right to own a gun for self-defense in their own home. The NRA, among others, are trying to bring this regulation before the Supreme Court to issue a ruling. Justice Clarence Thomas is among the members of the court that sees the ridiculousness of the regulation. Time will tell. 2 Thessalonians 3 is one of my favorite passages in today's world. Paul and his companions did not take food as charity, but worked the whole time. Today we have people who are on food stamps and other such forms of welfare that need it. However, these should be done at the local and at the state level, tops. The USDA is releasing new regulations that may cause 700,000 people to lose their benefits. The new regulation affects able-bodied adults without dependents. The idea is to slowly transition to more self-sufficiency by the year 2021. I do not think that is asking too much. That money, if distributed at all, should be reserved solely for those who need it, not for parasites. The Knights of Columbus erected a monument in a cemetery in Ontario, Canada, to all the victims of abortion. What should be something ever so simple and a testament to all of the children that have been killed over the years, that never received a proper burial, sparked backlash. Apparently, this monument is a problem because it is supposedly anti-woman, for reasons that I do not fully understand. As a knight myself, I am doubly appalled that activists would attack over a monument. Granted, these are the same people that will tear down any statue that hurts their feelings, so I should not be surprised. One of the best ways to seek peace is to trade with your neighbors. After all, why bite the hand that feeds you? A newly formed Arab Council for Regional Integration has denounced BDS and seeks to reconcile with the nation. Representatives from 15 major Arab nations were present. They are seeking to obtain peace with Israel, and I am so happy that I am utterly flabbergasted. Ending BDS is a huge step in the right directions towards nations not seeking to destroy their neighbor. It only took 71 years to have a real shot at peace. Granted, These representatives may not have much political sway, but it signals the college activists to stop demonizing Israel for no reason whatsoever. This week marked the anniversary of Rosa Parks refusing to give up her seat on a bus and starting the boycott that ended segregation on buses. However, if today's fake news had reported on it, they probably would have said that she used violence or forcibly took the seat from someone else. After all, that is what they did to Nick Sandmann, and he won his suit against the fake news. Newsweek reported that President Trump would spend Thanksgiving relaxing and maybe playing golf. Not that they would give the same criticism to President Obama. However, instead of just spending the time relaxing, he made a surprise visit to Afghanistan and served the troops Thanksgiving dinner. What a gentleman. The concentration camps at the US border have bedrooms, hot meals, schools, and basketball courts. The kids that are being held there can leave at any point if they so choose. The same cannot be said of actual concentration camps in China. Not that the NBA cares. The human rights abuses are abundant and include multiple people being crammed into a single cell with only a bucket as a toilet. Propaganda, forced confession of sins, organ harvesting, and worse are abundant. This is why Hong Kong is fighting back so hard. It is not just about sovereignty. It is about standing up to tyranny. Taking the torch from Adam Schiff, Jerry Nadler began his hearings in the House Judiciary Committee. Instead of actual witnesses, the committee called together college professors, whose best evidence was attacking Barron Trump.
The Constitution says there can be no titles of nobility. So while the president can name his son Barron, he can't make him a baron.
While this will be just as pointless and fruitless as Schiff's hearing was, it is good for a laugh. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris has dropped out of the presidential race due to a lack of funds. Now the main contenders are Joe Biden.
And by the way, you know, I got hairy legs that turn turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Elizabeth Pocahontas Warren and Socialist Supreme Bernie Sanders. Trump will eat any of them for breakfast. For all of the Democrats pandering about diversity, this is not a very diverse field. Why did the white males not just step down and let the POCs and women take over? Because they are not interested in diversity, but virtue signaling. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion.